Coach Brooks Miller, what a week on the road, culminating in a huge win at Calvin. Congratulations.
Thank you. It was. Anytime you get a road win, you walk out of there scoring more points than them, you feel pretty good about yourself. So, and the older I get, the more road wins rank in the greatest feelings ever. So, but we played two really good opponents, quality opponents, which is what made it so satisfying. I thought that our seniors really stepped up their level of leadership in a lot of different ways, but really just challenging our entire team at the defensive end of the floor. So we wouldn't have been able to beat Adrian. They had two guys that can really score the basketball, and Jeremy Kalanji and Jordan Harris, both averaging over 20 a game. We were able to create 11 turnovers between the two of them, and it wasn't because they played poorly. I thought we did some things that we needed to get done. We were led by Langston Johnson. Langston really has embraced this defensive challenge that we put ahead of him, like other guys before him. Jared Holmquist was arguably the highest achieving young man that's ever played here, and probably as good a player as anybody. And Jared went through the same transformation. I remember where we would push and challenge him at the defensive end of the floor, and then all of a sudden he came back from Christmas break his junior year, and he did it, and it really fed over to the other parts of his game and to the rest of our team. So I think Langston is really starting to understand that can make us a championship level basketball team, but you don't win championships with 4 wins. So we got back to work yesterday. How can we improve at the defensive end? What do we need to do offensively? And I think along with Marcus and Mo and Jason Kloon being a huge significant part of what we're doing, we're working towards beating the Comets here on Wednesday night.
One more thing about Calvin. I mean, Trine, 2 wins like in the history of Trine University at that place, such a tough, hostile environment. For you personally, as somebody who cares so deeply about Trine basketball, that's got to be a big deal to go there and get that off your back.
Yeah, I think so. I wouldn't be telling the truth if you didn't have those thoughts going into that building every time you walk in there. That's something we've never done, not just our program since I've been in charge of it, but since 1966 here for Tri-State and Trine. I mentioned Jared earlier. Jared was at the game, and we let him come in the locker room and enjoy that success with us. So that win was more than just us as a team. It was a program win that we wanted to enjoy because, again, the level of competition we had to overcome to get that win. Coach Saul, a tremendous coach there, has taken over a program of guys that can really score the basketball and do some things to make it life hard on you, especially in their own building. So we were able to come out of there with the win, and we executed extremely well. And again, we had some really strong moments of leadership when we faced some adversity. And I think that you're going to see that, especially against good teams and especially on the road. So that's what I liked about the win more than anything else, was how we won it, not really the fact that we won it. So it was a great something I think we can build on and move forward with.
You saw a beautiful moment there at the end of the women's game. We were all in Angola at the women's game, and we finished the broadcast of that one, and everybody gathered around some laptops, and we started watching you guys finish your game, and there were cheers at the MTI Center, even though you guys weren't at home. I mean, really pulling for all of the Trine teams, and that was exciting. You mentioned Langston, MIAA Player of the Week, 25 points a game last week, 70% from downtown. I was led to believe coming into the year that when I did my homework that he wasn't a great three-point shooter. That's an area where his game has really improved, and now he has a little hardware to prove it.
Well, his focus has shifted more to how can we stop these guys versus how am I going to make shots or how are we going to make shots. And it's amazing when you really gear into the little things, how things like putting the ball in the basket becomes a little bit easier when you put less pressure on yourself. So it's something that we try to get across to not just our upperclassmen, but our younger players as well. Really focus on the things you can do each and every night, and let your talent take care of the rest. Langston has the equity. He has the time. He's put in the time in the gym for all those things. That's going to come. Just really stay geared into doing the things you can do each and every night to help us win, and that stuff comes with it. So I think it was a direct correlation with his effort and focus at the defensive end that landed him at the offensive end with some of those numbers.
We're going to have some really exciting moments the next couple of days at the MTI Center. You guys are back this week. First Olivet Wednesday night, and then the undefeated Albion Britons on Saturday, but there's no overlooking Olivet, is there?
Olivet is a really good basketball team. They're 3-3 their last 6 games. They beat a nationally ranked Carthage team 2 weeks ago. They took Hope to the wire at Hope. They beat a really good Elma team the other night in an emotional victory. And they pose a lot of challenges for us that we really need to improve on at the defensive end of the floor. Offensively, again, I think it's our team. Marcus really leads us with the ball in his hand, making sure we get the ball side to side. But Olivet is a very aggressive basketball team. Another team coming in here that averages 89 points a game.
Wow.
89 points a game. That's really significant. So the challenge for us is, what do we do to limit that number? How do we get it under 80? And it's at both ends of the floor. So they do a lot of different things to put the ball in the basket. We just got to stay geared into what we do and how we can become better at some of the little things that we must improve on if we want to keep, racking up numbers in that left-hand column.
Yep, for sure, and they're undefeated in that left-hand column so far, coming into a big home week. Coach, can't wait to see the games this week. Best of luck to you.
Thanks, Andy. Appreciate it.